Hello everyone, welcome to Liberal Tarot. I'm Sherry and I'm a blue dot in a red state utilizing Tarot to kind of really help us navigate these very trying times that we have going on here in the United States. The focus of today's reading is going to be about Abrego Garcia. He is the man who has been unlawfully taken to the El Salvadorian prison. And the government has said, oh, it was a mistake, but oh well, we're not going to do anything about it. The government was ordered by the first judge that he has to be brought back by Monday at 11:59. Appeals court has said he's got to be brought back, has upheld that. Just as I was getting ready to do this reading, I got a notification on my phone and looked at it, and it was the New York Times reporting that Chief Justice Roberts, acting on his own, has placed a stay on that and has said, lawyers come in on Tuesday and we're going to be looking at this. So this reading is probably going to be coming out on Wednesday. So that Tuesday stuff will have already happened. We'll see if I need to update this reading or not. So what I want to do is I want to look at now, what is the Supreme Court going to decide? Are they going to uphold the lower court and the appeals court decisions, or just what is going to be going on with this case as it works through the Supreme Court? Okay. As always, this is for entertainment purposes only, and I want to look at, now that the Supreme Court has decided to take this case, what are they going to decide with it, with Mr. Garcia? Okay, what is going to be the outcome of this case? Okay. And if I didn't say it, for entertainment purposes only. This is winning at all costs. Trump is not going to admit he made a mistake, and he doesn't care. I mean, he doesn't care. This is also, I've been kind of reading this card. It's winning at all costs, burn it all down to get what you want. And the Justice card, okay? This is going to be, the courts have stepped in. The courts are stepping in, and it's crossing here. So, just if based on these two cards, it looks like the courts are crossing what Trump is trying to do. The courts are going to be stopping him, which the courts have up until now. And I was asking specifically about the Supreme Court. They're going to hear both sides of this. This is, once again, this is two. You get two here, you get the two cups here. The intent of the law and the letter of the law. It's kind of like, I get this feeling of that the Trump administration is not acting within either the letter of the law, nor are they acting within the spirit of the law. Okay. I am hoping that the court is not slow walking this. This is kind of this coming in of, let's take a methodical approach to this. Okay. Let's not, let's forget the fact that there is literally a man's life on the line here. So let's see what else is coming up here. And good news. Okay. Let's hope that this happens a little bit quicker. I think that the Supreme Court will rule that he has to come back. But let's see what that timeline is. Is this going to be, slow walking? Is this going to be a little bit quicker? What can we expect, timing-wise from the Supreme Court with this? And timing-wise with that, so much disappointment, but, and there has been disappointment that this man was even detained and also just, even taken down there to begin with. Okay, it was a mistake. But there's hope. Once again, people rejoicing after, this being blocked. I wonder what this being blocked is, this Supreme Court. Will the Supreme Court say, I'm just going to ask, is the Supreme Court going to say, bring him back? Is that going to be their ultimate ruling? Betrayal, victory, and bring him back. Okay, so yes. With that, what I see is Supreme Court may not act quite as quickly as what everybody else would like for them to act, but ultimately it shows that they do say, this has been a betrayal of the law. And these are both cards. These cards are actually very similar. This is the minor arcana of victory, moving forward. And if you notice here, this is moving forward. So these are also travel cards. So that's why I'm saying that, yes. And actually, now that I look at this Two of Swords is, here, let me pull this back down again. This Two of Swords is that the people are rejoicing because Trump has been blocked and the betrayal of the law, and yes, bring him back. So they may not act quite as quickly, but they are going to say they're going to rule in favor of Mr. Garcia. Okay. So, yeah, a little bit shorter reading today. I will definitely be watching this and keeping an eye on this as this case moves forward. Yeah, it's really kind of scary that they could just disappear anyone. So there's a lot of repercussions for whatever it is that the Supreme Court rules on this. Okay. So a little bit shorter reading today. As I said, this is probably not going to be the last that I do a reading on this. I will definitely keep watching the news. As I said, I kind of had put this, I do several readings at once, and I had kind of been putting this one off because I was expecting news from, about the Supreme Court. And as I said, I had just started recording and I got that notification and stopped the reading. I hadn't really done anything yet, and read that and then came back. So, yeah, that's what it's looking like. As I said, they've already said, yes, they're going to look at it. Tuesday, everyone was supposed to be in there. This reading is probably coming out on Wednesday. And what it looks like is, yes, they will ultimately rule in favor of Mr. Garcia. And I will keep watching it from there. So thank you for joining me. As I said, a little bit shorter reading today. Please subscribe, and I'll put some more videos up here for you to watch some more readings. So thank you for spending some of your time with me. I really do appreciate it. I will catch you on the next reading. Have a good day.